Come here. Come here. Nubby.
Nubby was born without his front legs. When I first held Nubby, he was so tiny I wasn't even sure he'd survive the night. But we saw one small heartbeat that deserved a chance, and that's where this story begins.
So, just like I got here, just a line on this, shoulder blade from here to here, is to this line, and then from that line...
It has been a couple of years since Nubby came into our lives, and I still remember the phone call that started everything. I barely had time to think before I hurried past my husband Mark and said I have to go pick up a boxer puppy. He doesn't have any front legs. Mark looked up and simply said, "Okay." I drove away, wondering if he had actually heard what I had said. A little while later, I walked through the front door with the tiniest puppy I had ever held. I looked down at him and wondered how we were going to make this work. He was so small, and without his front legs, every movement looked like a struggle. I honestly did not know if he would survive. That first night was one of the longest nights I can remember. Mark and I took turns staying awake. We checked on him every hour. Nubby was fighting just to stay alive. Before long, he became sick enough to need intensive care. Even then, he never seemed to stop trying. Little by little, he recovered, and we found ourselves looking at him with quiet surprise. We kept saying, "You're really gonna make it."
What are you doing? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
As soon as he felt stronger, his personality started showing. He never acted like a puppy who wanted to give up. He wanted to move. He wanted to explore. Mark put together a tiny wheelchair using Lego pieces just so Nubby could scoot across the floor. It was simple, but it worked well enough to let him discover the house. Watching him move around with so much excitement made us laugh.
What's going on, Nubby? What are you doing?
As he grew, he wanted to do even more. One day, he tried standing up on his own. I think that was the moment he realized his body worked differently from other dogs. He leaned forward, lost his balance, and fell. Then he tried again. He kept practicing. Day after day, he figured out how to balance on his little nubs and move around with surprising confidence.
What are you talking about? What is it? Did I say you could do?
Mark became deeply attached to him. We exercised Nubby every day to help keep his back legs strong. Sometimes I carried him under his chest like a little suitcase while he stretched and moved. Mark built a special feeding stand so eating would be easier and more comfortable. We were always looking for simple ways to make everyday life a little better for him.
How'd that bowl get up there? How did that bowl get up there? Huh?
Before long, he realized he could launch himself off small steps with confidence. He never hesitated. It was simply his way of getting where he wanted to go. We eventually bought him a proper set of wheels, hoping they would make life easier. He hated them. We tried a second set, and he disliked those too. Then one day, he noticed a child nearby. Suddenly, he understood that the wheels could help him keep up. After that, he accepted them a little more willingly.
Yeah, he's still practicing going fast.
Once his daily exercise was finished, we usually took the wheels off and let him run around however he liked. That was when his playful side really came out. He raced through the house, chased after toys, and found new ways to entertain himself. He was excited by almost everything. One thing we never expected was his ears. As he grew older, they became bigger, softer, and wonderfully floppy. They bounced whenever he moved. Sometimes they seemed almost too large for the rest of him.
Don't give me that eye. You had to get a bath. You had to. Now I see you looking at me. I see you looking.
Nubby was also clever. He had a habit of pretending he knew nothing whenever he got caught doing something mischievous. He would look at us with the most innocent expression, as though he had no idea how that shoe ended up across the room. We knew better. There was always a sparkle in his eyes that gave him away. Then Rita came into our lives.
Look right here. Did you tear the hole in the pillow? You did, didn't you?
You're not getting up here right now.
We had no idea what would happen when they met, but they bonded almost immediately. They played together, rested together, and quietly kept each other company. Our granddaughter Lainey grew up with Nubby by her side. To her, he was never different. He was simply Nubby. Many afternoons, I walked into a room and found the two of them sitting quietly together, completely absorbed in their own little world. Rita usually joined them sooner or later. He explored it with curiosity and enthusiasm. We wanted our home to support that attitude, so we made changes wherever we could. Mark had built our house himself years earlier, and together we adjusted it little by little so Nubby could move around more comfortably. We were not wealthy. We simply worked with what we had.
Sounds so good, but I'm still paying attention.
Along the way, we also rescued a pregnant dog from the streets. She safely gave birth, and soon we were searching for loving homes for 6 healthy puppies. That experience reminded us how important rescue work can be in communities struggling with pet overpopulation.
Y'all are being ridiculous.
We eventually formalized what they had already been doing for years, starting a nonprofit called Warriors to support rescue education and community outreach in Texas, where overpopulation remains a persistent problem. Nubby became part of that work, meeting children at events and doing what he has always done without any instruction. He moves through a room and people watch him, and something shifts in how they think about difference and limitation and what a good life can look like.
Look at you! Oh, you're such a good. You're so gentle. Oh, you yeah.
Looking back, I hope Nubby's story encourages thoughtful kindness without asking for sympathy. If you ever consider rescuing a special needs animal, learn from experienced caregivers and prepare carefully. If this quiet story stayed with you, a gentle like, share, or subscribe would always be appreciated.
What do you mean? I think we put it right. It was alive. Hold her. Get on that. Looking for the Canadian
Come back. Get him. Get him.